Welcome back to Bullet Catcher Gaming. This is, of course, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Now, Motherland is inbound on the 2nd of November in title update 4.1.0, and we want to go over a few things that Ubisoft have put our way, which is some bug fixing and improvement highlights for this update. There's many more to come, but this is just some of the highlights that they have put into the update. So these are community reported bug fixes. This is, like I said, just some of them. They have fixed the bug where co-op players could experience different Gollum Island layouts in the same session. Can't say I've ever had that one, but fixed an issue where teammates would keep shooting even if the target was dead. In co-op mode, fixed an issue where players wouldn't receive the same amount of XP after killing a behemoth. They fixed an issue where the M4A1 survival iron sight was offset. Also on the M119, they promised would shoot higher than where the sight was aimed and where it was accurate. So yeah, the promise version, I've had some issues with that one, but it will now shoot higher than where the sight was. That's what it did before, so that's going to be eradicated, which is good. It's nice to see them fixing some of these things. They've also fixed the strike designator's special reward banner. It was popping up every time the world would kind of reboot effectively. They fixed an issue where the gunslinger perk was not working on raid bosses after the Amber Sky maintenance. Also, destroying Ogre and Incubus drones using the Armor Buster wouldn't update the sharpshooters class objectives. That's been fixed. Fixed an issue where audio logs couldn't be replayed. In co-op mode, fixed an issue where several Gollum Island exploration missions wouldn't share the same progression between all players. Now, these ones are a few interesting ones. So, base jumping. Full damage now applies normally if you jump and touch the ground without deploying the parachute, instead of instantly killing the main character. Distance and height conditions to trigger base jumps have been lowered to allow more base jump opportunities. That's a really good fix. Jumping is now triggered holding the A or possibly the X, depending on what you're using, when heading toward a cliff instead of pressing A at the right time. That's a good one because I've had a few dodgy deaths myself from base jumping. So sliding was tweaked to trigger less often. That could be good. In moderate slopes, sliding is now only triggered if the player sprints. That's how it should be. It takes slightly longer for sliding to trigger when conditions are met. CQC, slope-specific CQC animations have been tweaked to happen more at slope angles and should happen more frequently. The lasers, some lasers now feature an IR illuminator activated when aiming that will only be visible when wearing NVGs. That's awesome. The IR illuminator does not impact NPC detection. So weapon sounds reworks the M4A1 G28 and the TAC-50 unsilenced and silenced. Firing sounds have been modified. There's definitely a few more weapons that they could have done with having a look at. Vehicles and drones both have received a global optimization and some visual updates, including updates on water drops, dust, scratches, mud effects, things like that. Global optimization on all weather effects, so various issues linked to the weather system have been fixed, including a major issue causing the weather scenario to repeat itself during 2 consecutive days. So like I said, there are more further modifications and additions coming to 4.1.0. There's plenty more that I think, little bits and bobs that you'll probably discover whilst playing it, whether there'll be little tweaks here and there, not just with the base jumping, could be with a few other things too. We've obviously got skins still to come, we've got all of the weapons still to come, things like that. There's so much more. This really is one of the best updates, if not the best update they've ever done to the game. I'm sure everyone's looking forward to it. Hope you enjoy it. We'll come back to you when we've got any more news, but until then, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.